afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back once again to Fat Cat Collections. Got, of course, another watch for you folks. This is by Schild. Schild is a brand that I've been working with recently. It's another brand that popped up under Dartmouth. I think I kind of was looking through some of their websites and kind of discovered it. And I said, hey, do you guys own Schild? They're like, absolutely. I was like, send them my way. So, another cool brand to feature on the channel. Now, this is the third one I reviewed, depending on when you're watching this channel. I reviewed one of their tourbillons and one of their ETA Swiss movement watches, and this is another one of their Swiss made automatic movement watches. And so this one here is called the Joanne. Check this out. I really dig this one. So I reviewed in the past this one here, the Heinrich. This one here is powered by an ETA movement. So if you're, if you're watching this channel and you are kind of a watch connoisseur like myself, it's nice to get different movements in your collection. How many NH35s do you want, right? Again, they're all great. They all tell time. Don't get it twisted. You're not going to get an ETA and spend $1,000 more and have this watch that you're just like, oh man, what was I missing? Now I'm never late to work. It's like they all tell time reasonably accurately, right? So it's not really a big deal. It just really comes down to, again, there are differences. A watchmaker, a guy who repairs watches could tell you the difference in these movements. I don't care. They all tell time. So what I get enjoyment out of is just slapping them on the wrist, wearing them, and talking about them and showing them off. And so this is just another fine piece. So this one here, again, the Joanne, I don't have, this is kind of what annoys me as I keep talking about it, is that this technically is a Swiss movement watch. It doesn't say Swiss made, it says Swiss movement. However, we don't know what movement is in this watch, which is unfortunate because I can kind of make out like 17 jewels. It does have kind of a, I'll show you, like a decorated rotor with an exhibition window, but we don't know what movement's in it. And for the price point, I said it before, I rarely do this where I say wait till it goes on sale, but I want you to wait till again, because the price on these, as soon as companies, and this is, I don't want to bash any brands, right? But I have to be real with you guys, and I'm real with the company too, because I want them to sell watches. I want you guys to buy watches. I want you guys to tell me about the fun watches, the watches you have in your collection, the amount of fun you have collecting. But I don't want you to pay $2,500 for this watch and then have the watch go on sale for $600, right? So, and again, I don't know what this watch will go on sale for. What I want you to do is just bookmark, when I give you guys a link to these sites, bookmark it and just keep checking back. I'm always going to put, a post on the Facebook group or a post on my social media account or on just YouTube when these sales come up, right? I don't always catch them. We're trying to work out a plan where maybe we can create like a shared calendar or something with Dartmouth so to let me know so I can then share with you guys when the sales are going to come on. Like the other day, they did a Nubeo sale, $209, right? And I instantly, luckily I had the video saved pending. Otherwise, I would have missed out on that, right? So I wanted to share that with you guys when the sales are happening. But it's a work in progress, right? So anyway, so what do we got with this one? So I'm just going to read you the spiel here. Artfully detailed and refined, the Joanne is a masterfully created piece. Let's see here. Sorry. I was just like, what? All right, artfully detailed and refined, the Joanne is masterfully created. They have a spelling error here. I'm sorry. There's no excuse with ChatGPT nowadays. All right, so it just basically says here that each piece is carefully designed. I'm just gonna make up my own. It's aesthetic on all by itself on its own. The watch is powered by legendary Adolf Schild. So confused right now. Cut. All right. So it states here that the movement that the watch is powered by the legendary Adolf Schild as 5203 Swiss-made automatic movement. So I'm just confused because I didn't know that Schild was still making movements. So we're both stumped. I'm not going to edit this. I'm just going to run with it. All right. So I guess maybe they still make. Now I got to Google it with you guys. What in the hell? These videos are never. I just never plan, and they just never come out smooth. All right. So let's do it together here. All right. So they probably, if I go to eBay, looks like they have an AS5203. So I don't know if this is like and maybe if you guys know, I don't claim to be the expert here, but it looks like that you can buy a movement, the 5203 movement, on eBay for $59. So AS must be the abbreviation for, what was it, Albert Shields? I always said for Adolf Shield. Oh man, this video sucks. Fuck it. All right, so it looks like it's an Adolf Shield movement. The movement is the AS5203. However, I guess to my surprise, 5203. Let me see what other people are selling it for. So this movement is roughly a $59 to $90 movement. And so the reason I want to mention that is because this is kind of my point where we're looking at a $2,500 watch, right? And this is where I got to be real, right? What makes this watch $2,500 other than the huge MSRP, right? And that's not what I want for you guys, right? It's not what I want for me. This is great that I have this in my collection, but I'm not going to recommend you spend $2,500 on this watch. You got to get it on sale. I would be a liar if I said otherwise, right? Because you're getting a watch with an $80 movement. And when we look at watches, I know like we look at Values, those movements are more expensive. Whether or not they're worth that or not is a totally different discussion. But I like to go to eBay, see what these movements are selling for. If you see a watch that costs $800 and it's got a $400 retail movement in it, all right, I get it. But when we have a watch with an $80 movement for $2,500, to me that's heavily marked up. And you will see these go on sale. I've seen their tourbillons already go on sale from like $5,000 down to $1,000. So I'm going to estimate and say this watch will probably pop on $400 to $600, which is more realistic, right? And then when it does, then go ahead and buy it, right? But just kind of hold off till we get some kind of coupon code going for this company. So let's just talk about the watch though. We have 316 stainless steel. We have the ability to quickly change the band to one of the leather ones this watch comes with. Pretty cool. Got the quick releases. You don't need kind of like the friction pin fork. The bracelet that comes, or the band that comes is, I think, is like a brown leather, but don't quote me on that. Let's check it out. Since this video is all fucked up anyway, let's just do this. All right, so the box, just like the other Schild watches I showed you, kind of a nice presentation here. Got the manual. We got, you know, and I know you guys are grown men. You've unboxed plenty of watches before. But I do like the presentation on it. Schild. Hardwood box, kind of a slate blue. Schild logo on it. Open it up. Got that royal blue interior. And we pop this kind of top portion off. And we have the pillow. The band, which I've removed, the extra band. I think it was a brown leather one, but oh well. And what's kind of interesting about this is that they give you, this one's a little different. The other ones came with like a jeweler's loop that kind of folded out, more of like a pocket jeweler's loop. This one here, let me see what this comes with. This is the first time I've looked at this, so I'm kind of unboxing this with you as I destroy this. And they didn't make this easy to get out. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright, so this is kind of interesting. I like that it's different, just for my purposes, because I have the other jeweler's loops, but they give you another jeweler's loop. So this is kind of cool. You can pretend as a grown man and play watchmaker. And so you can put your, oh yeah, you can put your little finger condoms on and pretend like you can, that this is going to do anything for you. So, alright, so will I use this? Yeah. So what I will use this for is, sometimes I am trying to figure out what movement a watch has, and I can't read it. This will definitely help. There are things sometimes that this can come in handy for. And all joking aside, if you are a guy who's, you know, starting to get involved in watch fixing or replacing things, you don't, if you pull this out to change a quartz watch battery, I'm going to make fun of you. I mean, just plain and simple, right? You don't need this, right? Don't be like trying to impress your girlfriend and be like, changing my watch battery, honey. Like, don't do stupid shit like that, okay? But again, kind of handy. You know, you'll use it for something. So anyway, kind of cool they give you that. That's about it for the box and presentation. And like I said, all joking aside, I do think it's kind of cool when they throw in a little something extra. I think I've never had a watch come with anything like that. I've had watches come with like extra bands, which usually go into another box. So I don't really change, from bracelet for the most part. I like bracelet. I've had watches come with little flashlights, which are kind of handy too. But that's, kind of just a little different. I've never seen, of all the watches I've reviewed on this channel, of all the watches I own, I've never seen that. So let's talk about specs on this. So we know now we have the AS5203 Swiss automatic movement. They should have put that under features. They have it listed in the description, so you have to read it, which I butchered, but nah. 316 stainless steel, silver dial, which is not really true, and this is like a black dial, and it has kind of like an exhibition window right in the middle. Very difficult to see the movement, but it's kind of like almost frosted, but you can still see it, kind of cool. What I really like about this watch, it's got that kind of stop sign, octagon styled or octagon case, which is nice to see companies get away from round watches. As much as I love round watches, don't get me wrong, all these, I don't hate on any watch, but I do like when a watch is a little different, right? And I dig that. Kind of reminds me of like how, for instance, this Nubeo Skylab is, and it reminds me of kind of like the Spinnaker Dumas. Very cool. As far as the check boxes, again, 316 stainless steel. We have that sapphire crystal with the anti-reflective coating. Dual push button butterfly clasp, which is kind of nice. It's a little more dressy, I think. But again, you can wear this, for whatever. Wear with jeans. Got the AS logo on there. And I like the bracelet on this. I think it's nice to get away from your typical 3-link bracelet that we see Aragon doing in every watch. It's like the same bracelet every watch, and not all of them, but I like when companies do things that are a little different. I mean, how many oyster-style bracelets do you want? 3-link bracelets are just kind of, I wear them, not knocking them, but they're not as fun as something like this. This just has a lot of reflective quality to it. It just looks really rich. I totally dig it. Comfort, they're all pretty comfortable to me. Here's some specs for you guys. 200 grams in weight, lug plug 48 millimeters, 43 millimeter case diameter, 15 millimeters in case thickness. For some of you little sensitive girls out there, you're gonna be like, it's so thick, it hurts. Probably not the watch for you. 20 millimeter stainless steel bracelet. So again, if you do like to customize your watches, when I have so many that I don't really do that, but if you're only gonna have a few watches and you're, getting started, or maybe you just want a couple, you might want to throw it on a leather strap, the one that comes with it, or you might want to change it up with whatever. You can do that with ease, right? 2-year international warranty and 10 ATMs of water resistance. I think if I didn't have a large watch collection, I probably would change straps more, because sometimes you want like a little more of, sometimes you want a little leather look. I really like kind of the exotics. You might throw some black alligator on this. You might hop on Amazon or eBay or AliExpress and grab yourself some exotic straps. Maybe some stingray would look beautiful on this, nice black stingray. So again, I'm not knocking anybody. I always do what makes you happy and wear what you like, but it's a great looking piece, and I'm sure you will love it if you get it for the right price. A lot of folks do want to have an automatic Swiss movement watch in their collection, and it's kind of cool to get away from, again, how many NH35s do you want? Just kind of cool if you are a watch guy and you're building your collection. Part of the fun, and I'll give you a little example here. I collect cologne as well, right? And it's a lot of fun to be able to, wear different cologne. Have people say, what are you wearing today? It depends on, how many people you interact with. But I kind of enjoyed, there's times where, I've dated different girls in the past. And you come over and, you start talking, getting to know people. And of course, it's like, oh, do you ever smelled cologne? And you kind of can, kind of walk somebody through the different types and see what they like and get to learn about their opinions. And so I kind of view watches the same way. It is fun to share what you're into with other people. And so this is definitely one that, add to your collection. And it's just another great brand that you can show off and rock on the wrist. So this one is sized. I took the time to size this one. And let's see what it looks like. So I have a 7-inch wrist. I weigh about 183 pounds as of today, and about 5'8". This is what it's going to look like on a guy my size, my height, my weight. Totally dig this one. Of the 3 they sent me, including the Tourbillon, this one is kind of my go-to Schild right now. I love that, again, that octagon case. It's kind of a cross between a dive watch, a dress watch. It's very unique looking, I think. And even though it's not, I say it all the time, even though it's not a big, giant 50 millimeter watch, it's going to get noticed for how big and flashy it is. It is a clean, classy watch. And again, for people who appreciate watches, it is one that will get noticed. I think it's unique, and it's definitely one I'm glad I picked out. Now, as far as the other watches they have a bunch of tourbillons, and again, you got to get them for the right price. I know some of these tourbillons did go on sale. They were about $1,000, but I see a lot of sold out designations on here. So I'm really hoping that these watches come back. Like, for instance, they have a beautiful Heinrich tourbillon, $4,100, but it was on sale recently. So just kind of, bookmark the link, keep checking back, and if I can help you guys in any way, let me know. I'm always here for you. So thanks for watching. Have a fantastic day, and take care.